Hello there, I'm George Clooney. Press the free like button if you think that I will go down as the worst Batman of all time. People say I wasn't playing Batman, but I was rather just playing George Clooney. I think that's hilarious.
Man, you people really piss me off to a point where, listen, if I saw you in person, it wouldn't end well. That's how pissed off I am about some of the dumb stuff I'm seeing. You people are some of the most dumbest fucks on the face of the planet. Fans of fake pro wrestling are the dumbest people on earth. You don't think. Bro, you are dumber than UFC fans. It's crazy. It's like, you don't do your research from the past. You live in the present. All you want to do is be a contrarian. Dude, I hate contrarians. When I'm right, just admit it. Don't argue when I'm right and I got facts and evidence to back it up. Shut the fuck up and just move on. Like, why does it piss you off that I'm right all the time? Just move on and get a damn life, bruh. So, people are telling me, right, that Tony Khan is not a good seller. And I said, hold on, that's the point. He's not a wrestler. He's not supposed to be a great seller. That's the point of attacking a owner. That's the point of attacking a boss who's not a wrestler. He's not supposed to be a good seller. You numbskull. You idiots. He's not supposed to be a good seller. That's the point of an athlete, a wrestler, attacking a person who is not a wrestler. That's the point, you idiots. It's like, it's the equivalent of a basketball player attacking his head coach who's not an athlete. Like, obviously, the basketball player is going to whoop his head coach's ass. Who is the more superior athlete? Huh? People are telling me some of the dumbest stuff in my comment sections. I'm like, bro, leave me alone. See, that's how you get blocked. When you tell me dumb stuff and I'm giving you facts and evidence, but you still want to disagree just because you can't stand that I'm smart as fuck and I'm right. I hate that crap. Like, you know I'm right, but you want to just purposely go the other way. Just because you have nothing to do with your fucking pathetic life. That's crazy to me. So, I made a post saying, yes, it makes sense for Con Man not to be a good seller when he got attacked by Jack Perry in the Bucks. Okay, that makes sense. That's Vince McMahon one-on-one. See, that's called psychology. If Tony Khan was to be a great seller, that means that's a fake-ass angle. That means that was rehearsed. If this dude is a great seller like he's Shawn Michaels, bro, so you want Tony Khan to sell like he's Shawn Michaels. Make that make sense. See, fun fact. Do you know why Vince McMahon took ugly-ass Stone Cold Stunners? Okay, that was on purpose. Why? He's a billionaire. He's the boss. He was not a trained wrestler, so it makes sense for him not to know how to take a Stone Cold Stunner. If he did, that makes that shit look fucking fake. By that same logic. Remember? His wife could not take a goddamn Stone Cold Stunner. Remember Trump? He couldn't take a damn stunner. Well, that's the point, right? That's what made it great and random. It felt like Trump didn't see it coming. It felt like Vince McMahon didn't see it coming. So, people are telling me, if Con Man is not a wrestler, he shouldn't take bumps in the ring. That was the most craziest thing somebody had the balls to tell me. As a guy, dog, I'm passionate about the Attitude Era. Without that era, there is no me. There is no Walk Live on this platform. The Attitude Era made me a lifelong fan of fake pro wrestling. So when you diss that era, you are dissing me as a fan. So let's go by that same logic, right? The fucking dumb logic. So you are saying if Con Man is not a good seller and he is not a trained wrestler, he shouldn't take bumps in the ring then. He shouldn't be in those kind of angles. Okay, by that same logic, Vince McMahon, he should have never taken bumps from Stone Cold Steve Austin. So you are saying that Vince McMahon and Austin, that should never happen. That's what you are saying. You are saying that Austin and Vince was a bad angle, and it hurts wrestling. That's what you're saying. You are saying that Austin and Vince McMahon was a bad angle that hurts wrestling. That's what you were saying. What's the fucking difference? Same thing. Vince was not a good seller, but he made billions on top of billions because of it. He made Stone Cold Steve Austin the greatest of all time. Why were those angles so hot? Why is Vince McMahon labeled the greatest heel of all time? Because of his feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bro, if Vince was not physical with Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro, Stone Cold, he would have never gotten over. So, what I'm saying is, Vince, he made the sacrifice for our entertainment by getting his ass whooped by Stone Cold Steve Austin for our entertainment. So, how can you disrespect that? So, you are saying that all of these authority figures should not take bumps if they are not trained wrestlers. That's crazy to me. You are saying if you were not a trained wrestler, you should not take bumps in the ring, even though that's the point of attacking a authority figure. You idiots. It's like, bro, that just irks the hell out of me. Do not diss the Attitude Era on my channel or you get blocked, bro. I don't give a fuck. That's what you are saying on my channel, bro. You are saying that Austin and Vince was useless. It did not help grow the business. Are you sick? People were living through Stone Cold Steve Austin during those angles with his boss. That's why he got over. Bruh, Vince and Stone Cold. Stone Cold got over because it was boss versus employee. That was very relatable. That's why that got over. If Stone Cold was not giving out Stone Cold stutters to Vince, there is no Attitude Era. The Attitude Era, it started the moment Vince McMahon took that Stone Cold stunner, because Vince was untouchable. Nobody ever touched Vince McMahon. That's the point. That's why it was so hot. Vince was not a trained wrestler on TV. And Austin, dog, he attacked him. That's why Austin got over. That's the point. So when you tell me that if TK is not a trained wrestler, he should not take bumps in the ring to further an angle. I'm like, wow, bro. So you are trying to kill wrestling. So if you are not a wrestler, you should not be attacked. Like, how is a heel supposed to get over during an angle by that logic? Like, so you're saying you are trying to put limits and restrictions on people now just because they are not trained wrestlers? That makes no sense at all. That gives you more heat when you attack somebody who is not a wrestler. That's called wrestling 101. Like, wow, that just pissed me the hell off for somebody to have the balls to say that to me. So you are trying to shit on all of the past angles of non-wrestlers taking bumps to try and put over the next wrestler. That's insane to me. That's crazy. Bro, let's talk about Stephanie McMahon. She was not a wrestler when she was taking Stone Cold stutters. That's the point. That's why Stone Cold was so iconic. This dude had the balls to do that. So yes, it makes sense for Tony Khan not to be a good seller. Vince, his mindset was he was not a trained wrestler, so he had to make it look real. Why the hell would Vince McMahon sell like he Shawn Michaels? Okay, that would make the angle look fake. That means the angle was rehearsed. You have to make wrestling look real as possible. That's what Vince McMahon did, and he made billions and billions of dollars because of it. Vince was a damn genius, so it was smart for Vince to take ugly ass Stone Cold stunners because it made it seem like those Stone Cold stunners were on random. You didn't see it coming. Stone Cold would do it to anybody. That's the point. You make it look ugly. Okay, but I said logic. If I was to give Joe Biden a goddamn pedigree, okay, obviously he's not going to know how to take a pedigree, but that's the point though. Make it look real, like they didn't see it coming. Don't make them look professional. Make it seem like, bro, these people are not athletes. Listen, there's nothing wrong with this Young Bucks and Tony Khan man angle. It's like, man, they can't do nothing right. I'm like, I told this company, give us storylines. Stop giving us tons of dream matchups that nobody cares about. Give us storylines. That's what they are trying to do, and you are still crying about it. It's like, damn, man, this is why I hate the internet. It's like, damn, man, nothing will ever satisfy you, bro. That's insane in the membrane. They are giving you a storyline that you asked for. Tony Khan, man, he is now an on-screen character. I made a video about that. Last year, I said, Tony Khan, man, should be an on-screen TV character so the goddamn numbers can go up. That's what I said, right? So the point is, they are trying to give us storylines, right? Okay, this is a great story, right? Jack Perry was made to be the scapegoat by Tony Khan, man. Tony Khan, man, is pissed off at Jack Perry for getting CM Punk fired, right? Jack Perry, he is pissed off about that Tony Khan, man, gave him all the blame. So it makes sense for Jack Perry to want revenge on Tony Khan, man, for doing that. He threw Jack Perry under the bus. This is a storyline now, don't you get it? With backstory. Jack Perry had every right to attack Tony Khan, man, for doing that. He hung him out to dry these past 8 months. So yes, this storyline makes sense. Don't you get it? This is story. Jack Perry versus Tony Khan, man. Like, bro, they got heat. As far as I know, he blamed him for getting CM Punk fired, even though Jack feels like, bro, it was not my fault, right? So he has every right, via storyline, to be pissed off at Tony Khan, man. So it makes sense to side with the Young Bucks and Okada. Now, these 4 guys are going to run this show in their image, right? Because they are EVPs, so they got power. So they are going to take over this company via storyline like the NWO, as they should. To me, this is a great fucking storyline. That's all I'm saying, bro. Great storytelling. Now that, bro, nobody has ever attacked Tony Khan, man, ever. So this is a big deal. Who cares how he sells? He's not a wrestler. That's what makes this special. Vince McMahon was not a wrestler. That's why Stone Cold Steve Austin got over. He was not a wrestler. You idiots. Damn, bro. Stop making fake pro wrestling so damn complicated to figure out, man. It's called psychology. From a psychology standpoint, why should Vince McMahon sell like he's Shawn Michaels? Right? Why would Vince McMahon oversell a Stone Cold Stunner like he's the goddamn Rock? Huh? No, that's dumb. That makes no sense. Vince McMahon, his job is to write checks and book shows and to run the company. His job is not to know how to take bumps. That's called psychology that the average fan will understand. That's called psychology. That's why the Attitude Era was great. That's why the era made icons and legends. But this angle, it put over Jack Perry and the goddamn Bucks. And Khan, man, actually did something right. This is a great goddamn storyline. I don't get it. Like, this is what you wanted, right? You said, stop giving us 5-star matches. Give us a storyline, okay? Khan, man, is trying to give you a story that makes sense. Khan, man, and Jack Perry, they got heat on top of heat because of CM Punk, right? He made him the scapegoat. So, bro, it makes sense to attack Tony Khan, man, and beat him up. On top of that, he's an awful booker. So, shit, this might actually get Jack cheered, right? Now, do you get it? So, the point I'm trying to make is, Think about psychology when it comes to professional wrestling, man. If you are an authority figure who doesn't have a history of being a wrestler, you should not know how to take bumps. Look at Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman does not know how to take bumps. Why? He's not a trained wrestler, but it gets heat when people do attack him because he's not a wrestler. It gives you heat when people attack Prince Nana. It gives you heat when people attack Jimmy Hart because those three guys are not wrestlers. It gives you heat when people attack Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby was not a trained wrestler. It gives you heat when people attack Paul Bearer. He's not a wrestler. That's where the heat comes from, man. I'm like, some left-wing beta male clown told me like a damn smartass by saying, oh, so you gotta be a trained wrestler to know how to sell a punch? I'm like, yes. Yes, duh. You have to be a trained wrestler to know how to sell a proper punch inside of a wrestling ring. You go to school for that. Bro, you get trained at the PC for hours to learn how to sell a punch. Bro, every coach trains their students for that aspect of wrestling in school. Like, bro, you have to know how to take a punch as a wrestler. But if you are not a wrestler, then obviously you might not know how to take a punch because trying to sell a punch takes a lot of psychology. There's a lot of psychology when it comes to taking a punch. Okay, who cares if Comp Man does not know how to sell a goddamn punch? It made the angle look even more real. That's the point of attacking a authority figure. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to sell stuff. Like I said, it's the equivalent of beating up a manager. Like, bruh, most managers don't know how to take a bump. Okay, that's the point. Why the hell would a manager sell like he's Ricochet? I'm like, damn, man. But I say logic, he might as well be a wrestler. You can't outshine the wrestlers. That's why authority figures should not know how to sell, because you can't outshine your talent. You can't sell better than them. That's not how this works. That's the point I'm trying to make. Con Man, he did well. Con Man is not supposed to sell like he's Ricochet. That's the point. I'm done.